The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
And good morning to you. You're listening to the Big Dog, WIFO FM in Jesup. Good morning. Butch Hubbard here with you, along with Bob Morgan on this Thursday morning, 23rd day of May. It's now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, in Jesup, Murphy Builder Supply, the Women's Health Center, and the Wolf Animal Hospital. Good morning, Bob. How you doing?
Doing good if I can get this frog out of my throat. I
read it. Needy.
One of the crazy things, I just can't get it out.
All right, we got two sets of guests this morning. First of all, we got Sheriff John Carter and your chief deputy, right? Donnie Ray. And then in the studio, in the green room, we have Ralph Hickox along with his new Italian chef. We're going to be talking about the Strand Bistro. Bob, let's get started with the sheriff and chief deputy first.
Well, as always, it's graduation weekend, so the sheriff wants to come in and advise everybody to be on their best behavior. You got all kinds of notes. I've never seen you bring notes before.
Yeah, you have. I just don't ever use them. I end up. Yeah. It's well. First of all, we want to congratulate the class of 2019 and all their accomplishments, and whether they go to college, whether they go to technical school, the military, or in the workforce, we want them to be safe, make good choices. We want them to have fun this weekend because they've certainly earned that right. But we also want them, like I say, safety is our concern, and we want them to reach many more milestones in their life. So, but that being said, we will be out there. We do it mostly in the form of concentrated patrols this particular weekend, and we have what we're looking for. We impaired driving, whether they're driving under influence of drugs. We tell you, please don't do that. Don't ride with impaired drivers. That's another thing. These are just a few simple tips. You can go on our website and see a bunch more. But reduce speed, reduce
This is the Wayne County Sheriff's Department.
WSOGA, yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's just that's the initials, WSOGA, and you'll pull it up. Also, it's on our Facebook page.
Okay, all right. Other tips?
Well, reduce your speed, reduce distractions like talking on the cell phone or texting or other distractions that may cause you to get in a traffic crash. Buckle up. That's one of the main things.
Basically, you're talking about legal driving.
Right.
Drive legally, and you'll be off a lot better.
And we just I've never made it a secret. We will be out there, and like I always say, I said we can't be everywhere, but we might be anywhere.
That's right.
So we're gonna be out.
You come around the curve, you go over the hill, and there y'all are.
And our goal is not to catch anybody. Because like I say, I want you to have fun. I know you're gonna be partying and celebrating, but we want you to reach many more milestones, as I said before. The other part of this weekend is obviously Memorial Day. And most people interpret Memorial Day as a 4-day weekend, when in reality, it's to honor our servicemen and women who have died in the service, especially our war dead. That's what it's about. There'll be a number of things Monday. I heard Bob going over it the other day. I'm still not sure if American Legion's doing their thing at Bill Marsh Park. I still hadn't heard yet, but I guess I'll try to get some information on that as I leave here today. But anyway, we just want you to be safe, and Donnie Ray can tell you a little bit more about what we got going to try to keep us safe this weekend.
All right. Good morning, Donnie.
Morning. Like the sheriff saying, we've got 3 events going on this weekend. If you ask me, we've got graduation, Memorial Day, and this heat wave that's coming through. So with it, a lot of people going to be on the river this weekend celebrating graduation. They're going to be at the lake. So we're going to be out at all places, on the water, around the water, and all these celebrations going on, just to help with traffic, make sure they get there safe, what our main concern is.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll coordinate with DNR with the water situation out there on the rivers and stuff like that.
Yeah, sir. The river and the lake, because a lot of them, go to the lake during Memorial Weekend and also graduation weekend. So we're going to have double the crowd out there we're expecting this weekend. So we'll be out patrolling all these areas.
Okay.
And we'll have safe kids, helps with our water safety, child seat restraints, and so forth. They're a big help to us as well. And we're probably going to have some outside agencies helping us too.
We'll have several units in all weekend long. We got extra ones coming in to help with all these events. So we'll have GSP and MCCD have made contact with us. They'll be in the area along with DNR and ourselves and the Jesup Police Department.
Okay.
And our goal is just to make sure it's a safe weekend for all our graduates especially, and our undergraduates as well. I mean, we got folks that are in 9th, 10th, 11th grade that'll be out here, like Donnie said, riding four-wheelers or boating or swimming, whatever it may be. Just be safe.
Yeah, we don't want to report any tragic news on Tuesday.
Correct.
That's our goal.
Yep. We want Bob to have nothing to report.
Yeah, like I tell him, no news is good news, but he doesn't believe that.
He doesn't believe that. Oh, boy. Bob, they're your...
I think that's all they want to do.
That's all you want to
I
do?
want to get you back,
Okay.
It's been discussed at the county meeting. I don't want to get in. We got more guests in the green room, but I want you to come back and talk about this animal control issue that they talked about at the county meeting, apparently out of control, and you're going to have a work session.
We will, and this, we don't have enough time to do it this morning, but I will do that. I will do that. I'll be high, and it is a situation whether and I'm not trying to.
You quote some stats, and I've just been getting flack from your staff. So I said, well, that came from the sheriff.
Well, it came from dispatch. That's what they've been dispatched to calls. That's what I went by. I don't know, and they may have some different stats. I'd like to see them.
Well, you gave the stats, and I quoted you, so I just getting a lot of calls. I said,
don't kill the messenger, right?
I tell them all the time, I don't make it, I just report it. I report
Well,
what John Carter stated at the meeting.
my stats are what we were dispatched to and what the animal control was dispatched to.
Right.
Okay.
I said,
In both city and county. I didn't just do it in the county. I did it for the city.
You did?
I said, I just want to get y'all back maybe one day next week, discuss it. And, it is an issue. A lot of people have the trouble.
Right.
It's amazing the number of animals that out there just don't seem to have owners. I don't know where they come from. I get the same thing in my neighborhood. They got a cat, just had kittens. They're all over the place. I don't know where they come from.
My concern is the amount of time we have to spend doing a job that's not ours. It's not animal control. Is not the job of the Wayne County Sheriff's Office. But if somebody calls, we go into a call. I mean, whether it's our job or not. I mean, we're going to support our citizens, but something needs to be done to get that load off us.
Okay.
We'll be glad to assist animal control at any time, but it's not our primary duty.
All right. Bob can line it up with you to come back on.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
All right. Y'all have a safe Memorial Day weekend. Hopefully it will be uneventful.
We hope so too, and thank you for allowing us the time this morning.
All right. 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, and the time now is 15 minutes after 8 o'clock. More guests on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show in just a moment.
Congratulations to the Wayne County High School class of 2019. The following businesses, individuals, and organizations salute you and wish you good fortune in the years to come. David's Clothing salutes Emma Marie Rigdon, Christopher Landon Reiner, John Sebastian Reiner, Crystal Chanel Rivera, Destiny Faith Robertson, Patrick Robert Lee Ronsers Delagal, Jonathan Diet Roth, Christian Jacob Sandler, Bailey Joseph Sapp, and Lacey Elizabeth Sawyer. Country Financial salutes Josiah Daniel Schluckbeer, Hunter Jared Scott, Brianna Elizabeth Laverne Shadron, Tanisha Tamia Simpson, Jameson Elizabeth Sloan, Alicia Rochelle Smith, Brianna Nicole Smith, Courtney Cheyenne Smith, and Eric Braden Smith.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, world-famous Butch and Bob Show for this Thursday morning. Got more guests here in the studio with us. We got Ralph Hickox in this morning, and he's in here to talk about Strand Bistro, Strand Theater in downtown Jesup. Good morning, Ralph.
Good morning, Butch. Good morning, Bob.
And he also brought a guest with him, his chef, who we had on a couple of months ago. That's now preparing and cooking the food there for the Strand Bistro.
Got John Paul here.
John Paul.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. All right, Ralph, what do you want to talk about when it comes to the Strand Bistro? I went in there yesterday. Let me tell you, that's beautiful in there. The atmosphere and the way it, everything about it. And I saw that big oven that we talked about last time you were on here, and saw the people in there throwing the dough up in the air, making the pizza and putting it in the oven. It's something else in there.
Well, I hope so. My goal was in the building of it was first to wow you with the place, to try to really do it out, to go above and beyond and do it really nice, so that when you came in, it was a little bit of a wow for, wow, this is good.
It is good.
And then the second thing was to entertain you. So it was more than just a restaurant. Like you said, to throw in the dough. We really focus on that. We put the that that oven right there in the front where you can watch the chef and the his sous chefs throw the pizza up in there and work the dough and make the food. And then also he comes around to the table, and that's part of it, to tell you about the food. And
Yeah, Jean-Paul, the chef, Italian. We want to once again emphasize to you, he is an Italian chef. He
Yes.
just moved here from Italy, and he was trained with the culinary school, worked for different restaurants over there, did private parties for some of the most wealthiest folks over there, and prepared and cooked the food for them. So this Jean-Paul knows how to cook, especially when it comes to Italian food.
yeah, he's the real deal. We, in fact, as part of his visa process, we had to send all his paperwork to the American Culinary Federation, and they had to designate him. They're the standard. And they had to designate him as an expert in Italian food for him to qualify him as to be able to come over on an O visa.
Okay.
So, and we did. We sent all the stuff in, and
We could just walk across the Mexican border.
well, we could. We thought about that. It probably wouldn't have worked out real well though for me. But he sent it in, and he got the designation of an expert Italian cuisine expert,
Right.
and pizza and the meatballs. So that worked out good for us. But I want him to go around to the tables as part of the experience. So not only is the place, the atmosphere, and the entertainment of watching him throw it, but him coming to your tables and telling you about the food, and of course the accent helps a little bit too.
Right. Kind of like Sylvester Stallone did in Rocky VI when he had that Thai restaurant in downtown Philadelphia.
And then the final thing is I want the food to be that good, and that's why it's taken 3 weeks to do a soft open. That's a while. But I'd only release one food at a time and test. And I'm gonna tell you, I had to bite the bullet for the team, or take it for the team, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, I did. Sunday, I had him make every single dish one at a time, and I had to try them. It was hard. Somebody had to do it though, but just somebody did. But it was me.
You had to try each one. Now
Each
he
one.
prepares his food in a special room with special humidity, temperature, and everything else to get everything just right before it goes downstairs and gets cooked, right?
Yeah, he checks the humidity, checks the water temperature, the air temperature, and that determines some kind of mad science.
I don't know.
thing
That's
with
too.
that.
That's taking cooking too seriously.
It is. He's pretty serious about it.
He is.
He makes that dough. He wants it to be 72 hours for
72-hour dough for the pizza.
That's what
is
he
that
wants.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right.
Jean-Paul, why do you need 72 hours to make that dough just right for the pizza?
Because in 72 hours, we give the time to the yeast to kill all the bad carbohydrates and have a good levitation about it. In a way that when you go into eating pizza, you will not feel in the yeast and it will not keep growing in your stomach.
Okay.
So it means that when you finish eating pizza, you don't feel like, I don't know the word in English.
Bloated.
Bloating.
All right. Somebody asked me if it was thin crust, regular crust, or thick crust. If you had to say, Ralph, because you might not know what we're talking about, because he only cooks one style. So
It's kind of a thin crust, but it's
Kind
not
of a
real
thin
thin. It's
no, it's not. It's not like a thin thing that you buy somewhere, but it's not the deep dish. It's
right.
Yeah.
Well, because it's. I'm sorry.
It's a medium crust.
medium crust. Okay.
Well, because it's on that stone, it's cooked on a stone oven, not convection. It has a different texture because on that stone, the outside gets crispy, but because it's so hot in the oven, it flashes the moisture inside, makes it real airy. He's pretty serious about that, and his pasta is not just the pizza, but his lasagna, that 9-layer.
9 layers.
9-layer. Yeah, he's pretty serious about that. And he's serious about all of it. In fact, I took some of his dough, and I can toss that dough. I believe I'm the only county commissioner that can throw dough. I'll find out.
No. I know a lot of politicians that can throw. Oh, not dough.
Different kind of dough.
Something else.
I'm talking about dough for pizza.
Oh, dear.
But so I'm in there playing with that stuff, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna make some barbecue chicken pizza. And he come walking in there and seen that. He looked crazy at me. He said, "What this? Yeah, I'm like,
You don't mess around with the chef's kitchen, I can tell
it's a
you.
barbecue chicken. He said, "That's not Italiano." I said, "It's barbecue chicken." He said, "I turned you into Yusufi." I said, "What is that?" He said, "Apparently they got some kind of thing that protects the Italian culture over there. Like if you spray paint on the Coliseum, they'll put you in jail.
Oh, wow.
Well, if you mess with a pizza, they'll do the same thing.
They're serious about their food.
Well, I have them know.
Let me tell you.
This is not Italy. I'm in America, and we eat barbecue on our
That's
pizza.
right. Well, that's the reason why on your menu and everything else you have Italian and American eatery. Italian and American eatery.
Oh, we still got the burgers, and we got the chicken wings, and so I still have the stuff we've been known for at this point. So we have American and we have the Italian food. It's not an Italian restaurant. It's a combination.
It's a combination.
Yeah.
We got Ralph Hickox in here, the owner of the Strand Bistro and the Strand Theater and the Jesup Drive-In, and we've got his a chef in here from Italy, Jean-Paul, and talking about the Strand Bistro and the experience you'll have when you go in. The atmosphere will just wow you. You'll see that big, huge convection oven. I like watching that pizza going round and around inside. It was cooking yesterday when I was over there.
Yeah, and he can load it up. It'll hold. It'll cook them in about 90 seconds, maybe a little more than
90 seconds.
We had a school group
It's hot in there.
Yeah, we had a school group come walking up. That I got there. They come early. It was supposed to come an hour after that. They come early. There was 137 of them. And
Wow.
I'm like, oh my gosh! And they had a deal where they were supposed to get pizza. Me and John Paul, just the two of us, were able to put out 60 pizzas in 20 minutes.
Wow. So when you walk into the Strand Bistro, you have you see all the tables, and you look toward the back of the room there, and you get to see the folks cooking the food. But then you go to the left over there where you used to be laying music, and you walk right through there, and there's another area just as big practically with nothing but tables. So you can seat a lot of folks there at the Strand Bistro in downtown Jesup.
Yeah, we can hold over 100, about 120. In fact, on the 17th of June, we're going to have that event for Buddy Carter, our congressman.
17th of what?
17th of June.
June 17th. What's he having here? Get together.
Get together, just support him for the upcoming campaign.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he'll be doing that, and we couldn't have held that before. There's no way the amount of people would be coming to that, but we can hold in there alone probably 120.
Okay. And then when you walk into the Strand Theater side, it's different now. You've got the where you can get your candy and popcorn right as you walk down the hallway there. But to the right, where the cooking used to be, is now a bunch of tables where people can sit and eat over there. Do they do that before they go into the theater? Or it's just an overflow. Why do people sit over there in the seats in the theater side?
Well, one thing that used to really bother me was the theater only had 10 feet wide of egress, and when you had movies sold out, you have, especially the older people, that bothered me. There was nowhere to sit down. You couldn't put chairs in there because you had to have that for egress. So they'd buy their popcorn. They're waiting for a movie that's sold out. The movie's selling out behind it, and they're having to stand up, hold their food, and I really hated that. So in moving to the restaurant to the other side, it allowed me to move the concession stand to the opposite side and service it from the kitchen from the bistro side, which meant I had the space for the old kitchen and the concession stand available for a dining area. So people can come in early. They can sit down there. They can eat in there if they like, or they can sit down and prepare for the movie.
Okay.
So it was just a really good addition, I thought.
All right, let's talk about the authentic Italian food and the American food that folks can get at the Strand Bistro.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, let's see. Got my menu right here. Our entrees, but what we're doing right now is you can do at lunch. We have a buffet.
You have a special now.
I do.
What is the special?
Well, now this changes too. This is like a weekly thing, but right now you can get the pizza bar where you can come in and get pizza salad. Now I did that mainly because a lot of people got to get to work. They're at work. They got 30 minutes. You got to get them in and out quick. So
right.
I don't really like buffets, but I did that for that purpose. Then you get super salad or
all you can eat pizza bar and salad for only $10.
Yes.
And we're talking about authentic Italian pizza here, folks, with 72-hour dough and cooked in a oven. What kind of oven again was that?
It's a stone oven. It's a
stone oven. Yeah, the stone oven, and cooked at what temperature again?
Right at 1,000 degrees.
And it cooks in 90 seconds.
90 to slightly over there.
Wow, that's amazing.
Of course, we got this the authentic spaghetti and meatballs for lunch, and this is the lunch menu, and it changes. Right now, our dinner menu is we have a 5-course meal they can get. We
5 courses.
We turn the lights down. We turn on the chandelier. We put candles on the table.
Right.
And then it's 5 courses. You get a bread sampler. You get your choice of a salad. We have several salads. You get an appetizer, which, we got some really good American and Italian appetizers. We got a choice of about 10 entrees, from the American stuff to the pizza to chicken Alfredo, chicken Parmesan, eggplant Parmesan, shrimp scampi. What else was there? Mussels. Yeah, mussels. We have all kinds of stuff to choose from. And then also as part of that same price, you get a dessert. I got limoncello cake, tiramisu, fried Oreo dessert, which is an American spin. We got the gelato that can be taken.
Fried Oreo dessert. Now, that sounds like something you would see at a state fair.
Well, this is something that me and Jamie came up with.
Oh,
this is not Italian. Well, what you do is, so you take this fried Oreo.
I know. We don't have to go into detail. I'm just surprised.
You might want to hear this.
Okay, go ahead.
And you dip it in funnel cake batter. and you deep fry it for just a couple minutes. Then you take powdered sugar and put on top of it.
Oh man,
Yes, and then you put ice cream on top of that.
You're
and then
killing
you
me
put
here,
whipped
Al.
cream on top of it, and you drizzle chocolate syrup, and you put a cherry on top. It's really, it's terrible. It's, no, it is not Jose Robe approved. Or Cassie Langley.
Yeah, that's a
So you
that's
get
a heck of a dessert right there.
dessert, and then after that we got a we have an espresso machine, so you can get a specialty coffee to close the meal out with.
So a 5-course meal for $21. You get they bring out the bread, and they bring out the side salad, and they bring out the appetizer, and your choice of entree, and they bring out the dessert, and then you get the specialty coffee.
And it's not just bread. He makes this bread every day. Every morning he comes in, he puts the bread in the oven, cooks it fresh. He has he puts black olive, and green olive in. He has one, so there's one bread that's green olive, one is black olive bread, then there's white bread, and he cooks it all every day. And then you get with that, you get Mariana sauce, which he made, and you get a basil pesto, black pesto, green pesto, and he makes all that. It's not out of a can.
Yeah.
So
well, you're telling me that he likes to prepare from scratch the food that he cooks. Is that right, Jean-Paul?
Yeah, that's right, and that's normally the way that in Italy we're cooking on scratch. It's not prepared.
Okay.
Unless you don't want to go on a industrial kitchen, that it's going to be not the same test. So it will be the same test everywhere you go in the world. But if you want really authentic, you have to do most of the things on scratch.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And I know from the way we talked last time we were on here, and then talking to Ralph yesterday for a couple hours down there at the bistro, that people are going to love your food. I mean, it's just amazing the preparation that you put into it. And, folks really want authentic Italian food. I mean, you can't get more authentic than from an Italian chef that just moved here to Jesup.
Well, and I'll tell you, it kind of surprised me. Monday, I think it was, guy comes sat down in the front booth, and we always try to greet people. And he told me he was a food critic from the Savannah Morning News. I'm like, that kind of nerved me up a little bit. He really said he liked it though, so that was good. So I got people coming checking it out from all over.
Oh yeah, and of course you've got the atmosphere, the ambiance, if you want to call it, there that just looks absolutely gorgeous inside there.
Thank you.
And
we worked real hard on it.
And you're doing your best, and you have, looking at the menu, of keeping the prices affordable for individuals, couples, and families.
I wanted an upscale experience that the average person could afford.
Yeah. And you do have the lunch specials. You do have the evening specials, and people can see those when they go in.
We'll have some things that's more expensive, but I'm going to always try to keep on the menu something that a family can come in, an average family can come in and afford to sit down and not break the bank to eat. But, I mean, there'll be things that's more expensive, but there'll be something there that's good food that they can afford. I want to try to keep it like that, just like I did the theaters. I mean, I got the drive-in out there. A family can, for $5, at the drive-in, a family can go in $5 a piece, and you can watch a double feature, brand new movie. If you can't afford our movie theater food, which we need to sell, if you can't, then you get a food permit and bring in a whole picnic. And then even the Strand, the most expensive ticket I got is $10. You go to Hinesville or anywhere around, and their tickets will be higher than that. And I challenge that my theater is better than any of theirs.
Okay.
I think that I say that I got recliners in every single theater.
Well, that's the
tables.
when you want to get rid of one of those, please let me know, because I like to go and put it in my house.
The
That's the most
7 feet
comfortable
spacing
recliner I've ever been in.
The 7 feet spacing I put between it. I've took a lot of care with this place to put a top quality place, and I hope that's what I got. That's what I planned on. Okay.
What are the hours of the Strand Bistro on Cherry Street in downtown Jesup?
If I'm like this, anytime the Strand's open, I'm gonna sell you food. I'm not gonna turn you away, but right now the theater and the Strand and the Bistro is open at 11 o'clock every morning, and we'll be open until 9 o'clock at night minimum.
Okay.
Now, again, if the theater's open, if I open at 7 o'clock in the morning, I will be open at 7 and 8 o'clock starting next week, and we'll open till midnight.
Why are you going to open up at 7 o'clock in the morning in the Strand?
There's a ticket to be sold, Butch.
There's a ticket to be sold. No, we were talking about that yesterday. It's the summertime. That's when the blockbusters come out. You got the big one right now with Avengers Endgame, and you got other ones coming out.
Aladdin comes out today.
Aladdin comes out today. It's a live cast. It's not cartoon, right?
Yeah, Will Smith's in it. It's supposed to be real. Well, I looked at the ticket sales already, and it's half sold out for every show tonight already. And then another thing too, got coming starting Monday. Just something else to add for the kids. The shows before lunch will be Monday through Thursday. I'll have kids specials. You know, it'll be older movies like Lorax and Clock on the Wall and what else? There's Dragon 3 and I'll have all those movies and it'll be $2. So $2 admission, and I'll have $1.50 popcorn and $1.50 drink, and that'll be before lunch, and it'll be only on those movies. But it'll be something you get kids out of the house with, you know.
Okay, we got the Strand and Drive-In bookmarked up here, so all I have to do is just click on it and just take a look at it right there. So you can go to their website, which is is it JessupMovies.com?
Not hard to remember. JessupMovies.com.
JessupMovies.com. All right, you can go, Bob, if you want to, Bob.
And people want to remember, especially with the big movies, to please buy your ticket online before you come, because when I have big movies like Aladdin or this year coming out this year is Lion King, Toy Story 2, golly, what else? There's a lot of big movies coming out, and because I side with quality rather than quantity, so my chairs I don't have as many chairs. We sell out a lot with Avengers. If you didn't have a ticket before you come the whole weekend, you wouldn't have got in.
Yeah. But once again, folks, you need to try out the Strand Bistro, right adjacent to the Strand Theater in downtown Jesup on West Cherry Street. Jean-Paul just moved here from Italy, a certified, trained Italian chef, and he cooks up some great food. So if you're looking for great food, good prices, great atmosphere, convenient hours, go to the Strand Bistro. Your lunch specials are served from 12 to 2, and your dinner specials from 5 to 9. And, of course, as you said, folks can come at all hours. That's just when the specials are.
Well, we have that's the hours there'll be wait staff. If you come in the hours in between, it means you might have to do counter service. But if you come during those hours, we got some great waitresses, too.
Okay. All right, Jean-Paul, once again, welcome to Southeast Georgia, Jesup, Georgia. You're here now. You're cooking. Are you having fun meeting the folks and preparing the food for them and hearing their feedback? Okay, he didn't quite. His English is some there. Are you having a good time?
I have a good time.
And what kind of Go ahead.
I'm happy to be here, and there was just one thing that we found out later on, that it's about my white Roman pizza.
Mm-hmm.
That it. Sorry, I was taking the recipes of the classic white Roman pizza. That actually it's a plain dough with salt, oregano, and olive oil on top.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same recipes belonging from the 13th century before Christ. And it was actually the bread of Roman soldier.
So it's the same recipe.
Yeah.
Passed down for over 2,000 years.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've made some adjustments and improvements to it too.
When I came over here, I realized that for U.S. people, the white pizza is with cheese. That actually it's a variant from an Italian chef that arrived into Canada, and they didn't like it, the white Roman pizza, and then he added cheese on that.
So that's when the cheese was added.
Yeah.
So before then, there was no cheese on the dough.
No.
On the white pizza.
On white pizza.
And it was going on from the 1927. So the first time I was giving the white pizza romana, they were telling us that's not white pizza, that's just garlic bread.
Right.
But it wasn't.
Well, you're walking around talking to the customers for the last 3 weeks you've been open. What kind of feedback are you getting from the folks that are in there eating your authentic Italian food?
Well, the normally expression after the first bite is just enthusiastic. Like they're falling down like, wow.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to get, folks, when you eat at the Strand Bistro is wow. The atmosphere, the food, everything.
That's what we're trying to do.
Okay. Well,
You've been so talkative, hasn't he?
well, his English is limited, so
Well, I've been quiet over here the whole time.
yeah, right, Ralph. Ralph Hickok's in here from the Strand Bistro and Strand Theater in downtown Jesup. Tried out that Strand Bistro, and Jean-Paul, his Italian chef, enjoyed having y'all on. Anything else? All right. Did he want to say something? Or he just
No, I was telling about the story about the mice.
Oh. When with the salads where he put mice on the salad, it was maize.
Maize.
Yeah, there were no mice in my salad.
Maize. Yeah, so when you're listening to Jean Paul, like he was trying to say recipes a few minutes ago, it was different. So it was maize.
Well, when he was wanting to put a salad on the menu, he's like, I said, okay, well, I got to put a description on. What are you putting in it? He said, good stuff. I'm like, well, what is good stuff? And he said, well, what's how you say it? Tomato. What did he say? Tomato.
Pomodoro.
And I had to guess what that was. He's like, red. All tomato. And what was the lettuce? How you say lettuce?
Latuga.
And I didn't know what that was. So we guessed that and finally come up with, and he's going to put mice in it. And I'm like, oh, hold on, wait a minute. I don't care what y'all do in Italy. We are not putting there's not no mice going in my salad. I can tell you that, right? And he starts holding his fingers and says, no, mice, yellow mice. I don't care what color they are. They're not going in my salad. So finally found he was talking maize, which is corn. Yeah, we do not have mice in them.
So that's funny there with the different words for different things from Italy to America, and then sometimes when he's trying to say an American word and you can't quite understand what he's saying, but that's the way it is.
Well, even like he was talking about the other day, he said, since I've been here, I've lost 6 kilos, and I thought, you know what, Sheriff John Carter was just in here. He might think you mean a whole different kilos than that now.
Yeah, don't say kilos over here. We're not on the metric system here.
Yeah, I know you listen. He's talking about pounds of weight. He's not talking about any other kind of kilo.
All right, folks, you're going to enjoy it. You're going to be amazed. It's got the wow factor, both in the atmosphere of the food and the prices there at the Strand Bistro, West Cherry Street in downtown Jesup. We're there for lunch and dinner. Y'all take care.
You too. Thank you.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by the Wolf Animal Hospital, also by the Murphy Builder Supply, the Women's Health Center in downtown Jesup, and by Mike Birch Ford in Blackfield.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.